Okay, now we are back to R. So we're going to use R to process the data we just generated from Excel spreadsheet solver. And then we can generate data to make map. Let's first, so this R script we use is called VRP rules 2020. Okay, so this is a vehicle routing problem data. We generate the vehicle routing data for visualization. First, let's use this line to go to read the CSV file. After we read that in, we call it the tool. So this is the script we use. Okay, let's go to graph the data we generated from Excel spreadsheet solver. Remember, we called that the data tour 1D, one vehicle. So one depot, one vehicle. So that's a go get. We open that and we take a look at that spreadsheet. Is look at that the tour data. So this is looks familiar. We start from 1 and through 39. Eventually we go back to 1. So that's what we need. Okay. Now let's just run through these few lines of scripts. First, create a empty matrix so that we can hold the value. Then we're going to run these two blocks. So these two blocks is that we arrange all this from point to point. Okay, rearrange them. Okay, let's first run them. Then we'll take a look at what they are. Run these few lines and put in the coordinates x and y from point to 2 points. Okay, then we create a column to describe what those from points and 2 points are. Then we have we convert this data from matrix into a data form, a data frame, a spreadsheet. Then we give column different names, run this, and eventually we make sure that all the columns we created are numerical values. Okay. And finally, we put the code from two points together. Okay, that is what. Now let's take a look at what it looks like in this max data frame. So this is something we eventually generated. You can see that this is from point 1 to point 39, from point 39 to point 3, from point 3 to 2, so on and so forth. And these are the coordinates of x and y for from to and x, y to 2 points. And this the column gave us a sense of what they actually mean. It means code 1 to code 39, code 39 to code 3. So that gave us a description of all this from point and 2 points. And there's one last column that gave us the term geometry. So when we want to make a map in QGIS, we need this information. So this information you can receive. The geometry means that from this x and y to this and y, to this x and y, this is one line. So this is a very critical part of the making maps. Okay. Now let's go to save this. So we save this. We save this as a CSV file. Let's call it because this is from matrix data form. Let's call it one depot, one vehicle. So this one depot, one vehicle. Okay. Dot CSV. Okay. So now I say open. Okay. And do you want to create this file? Yes. So now we did this. Now let's go to QGIS. Go to QGIS. So QGIS, go to layer, add limited text layer, because we saved that file as CSV file. Therefore, we need to bring that in as a CSV file. So add delimited text layer. Okay. And now let's go to grab it. Go to it's called the max df 1d 1v. Okay, we did that. That is the file. Okay, bring that in. Now on this screen, you can see on the file format CSV, and on the under the geometry definition, we should choose well-known text and WKT. And under this, you have two rows. One is the geometry field, the geom. This is what we need, GEOM. And the geometry type, detect. So this is what we need. Okay. Under the geometry definition, we need a well-known text, WKT. And also that the geometry field is a geom. So that is what we need. And we say add and close. And we already begin to see this shape. Okay, and this let's go into make that into a little more visible. So select max df 1d 1v, right click properties, and symbology, change the color. Let's change the color into blue, dark blue, and okay. Make that width a little more, 1.26 width, and we say okay, and you can see that that's how this first one depot, one vehicle optimal route show up on this map. Also, we want to show the location of the depot, so you go to, you select the VRP center, you open attributed table. And we know the location 1 is the depot, so we select location 1. Just click that row, and so that the row is selected. We'll come back out. You can really see that that is line is that that point should turn yellow. Okay, that point, see that point turn yellow. That means it is selected. So you click, you select the VRP center. The point shapefile, go to layer, save as. We want to save that as a shapefile. You select the shapefile, and you go to save that as depot code 1. Depot code 1, because this we use the code 1 as a depot, and to save. And before you say OK, make sure you check save only selected features. We only want to select at the point we select code 1, and we say OK. After that, you can see that this is the depot code 1 become just a point shapefile just by itself. Okay, now we go in to change it. We go into change its color into bright red, so more visible, and we can change shape into a lot bigger than others, and really large point. Okay, so that the depot stand out. So this is how we generate this visualization. We generate the data from R, we bring that file into QGIS to generate this map. So this is the one map you see in the handout, in instruction map in figure 2, the left side. On this map, you can see that all these routes simply go straight line. They did not really follow the map. They really do not follow the road on the map. So that's why in the instruction I call this a quick easy map. So this is a map that you can create easily, but it does not seem to be very precisely follow the road. This map can give you a roughly where this route, where this optimal route we kind of generally go through, and what will be the sequence. You can go either way. You can start from the red point, go this direction, or you can start from the right point, go the other direction. To give you at least some sense of optimal sequence of customers that this business need to go through, but it did not give us a precise kind of Google map. We know that when we get on Google, we look for the driving instructions. The end result is always give us a precise road that you need to follow. But this map does not really give us that kind of a map. So that's what we call this quick and easy. But we have a way to generate a better looking map. So now let's go to R again, so that we can generate a better map. Okay. So let's go to the R script. It's called R script called VRP route to lines 2020. Go to this. Okay. So VRP routes to lines 2020. Okay, let's go to this R script. Let's make it bigger. So we need to make these R packages available. Okay, just run this. Actually, just packages. Let me see whether there's other. Okay, just make sure that these R packages become available. Run this line so that you can see that these packages become available. Now let's bring some shapefiles. Bringing the shapefile, we call there's one shapefile we ask you to bring in. Is called rows 222 local. Let's bring in that line files. It's called rows 222 local, not row 222 section. It's row 222 local. How well you can make a map really depending upon the quality of road map, and that's why we need a better quality road map and to generate this better optimal routing routing map. So now let's run this line so that we can bring in a better road map called rows 222 local. Let's bring in that map. Rows 222 local. Bring in that shapefile. It takes a while to load. Because this roadmap has more lines, so that can help generate a more precise location for the vehicle to go. Okay, wait until it all bring in this shapefile into R. Okay, well, it's gradually become available. Oop. Okay, still trying. So, you know, how much time it takes to bring in the file, that explains how dense the roads are in this file. So it's in. Now let's run next line. So this road file is in. We need to convert this road shapefile into a graph. Only we have a graph, we can generate. We can route we can put a point into a different route line of routes. So we run this line to convert the shapefile into a graph. So run this line, no problem. Now let's bring in the tour file. So the tour file is something we generated from Excel spreadsheet solver. So let's go get it. The file we know is called tour. It's called tour 1D 1V. This one, you know, that's one depot, one vehicle. Okay, let's bring it in. Okay, take a look. It should be the same way. Start from point 1, going through all the other points and come back to 1. Okay, so now we're going to go through this process to associate each location to their coordinates. Okay, run this block. It's fine. No error. Now we're going to identify those coordinates. So this is we create a file specifically only include those coordinates x and y value. Now it's very important. This line will use the graph file to look for those coordinates. If those coordinates are close enough to the line on the graph, it can recognize that. But if they are too far, this line cannot, it will not recognize those coordinate points. That's why you can see that the distance, maximum distance tolerance means that if the distance between the point and the line is below 10 meters, and that the graph can recognize those points. But if the distance between the points and the line in the graph is go beyond 10 meters, its graph will not recognize those points. And therefore, let's run this line first. So we set the minimum distance at 10 meters. We run this line. The result saved as nearest net. Now we need to run the nearest net. To click to highlight nearest net, and let's run this line. After you run this line, you can see that these are the points. Those points that have numbers on it, those points are recognized. They are close enough. Their distance to the line are below 10 meters, so they are recognized. But these points that with NA means that these points have a distance more than 10 meters from the line, so they cannot be recognized by that graph. So we need to go back to increase the tolerance from 10 meters. You can change that into 100. You run this two line. You run this line, also run the result again to see whether there's a more NA. If there's still NA, there's still NA. So 100 meters doesn't solve the problem. So let's increase to 500 meters. 500 meters. 500 meters. Now let's see what happened. Run the two lines together again. You see the results. Okay, we have some points disappeared, but these 2 points still not shown up there. So we need to increase the distance a little bit more. Let's increase to 600. 600. Okay, run the two lines. Okay. We keep doing this until all the points are covered. So no, this is still 2 points are not recognized, not close enough to the line. Let's increase to 700 meters. 700 meters and run again. Okay, let's see what happened. One more point is not covered. Let's go to take that to 800. 800 meters are still there. 900. Make that 900 meters. Now all gone. So after you change to 900 meters, all points are recognized by the graph. So that's we can move on. Okay. So we know it's good. So we can run next line. Okay. Let me show you a miracle. Okay. Show you a miracle. So we first run this line. Okay. Run this line. Okay. So this line no problem. Now let's put up this road map. Let me see. Put up a road map. Okay. This road map show up here. So I'm going to run a block of 4 loops. So I'm going to run these loops. So you run. So see, I highlight these several lines. I'm going to run. Put your eyes on this map. You see what happened to the map. Okay. I'm going to run this line. See, that's around that line. You can see this. The routes appear on the map, and that is the map that seems to go zigzag, go to more follow the line, follow the road. That is the kind of map that we are looking for. So all we need to do is to save this map as shapefile and bring the shapefile into QGIS to generate a better looking maps. Okay, so we're going to run there's a few more lines here to collect it, and now we save that as shapefile. Save not as shapefile. We save this file. With this, we save this file. Let's save this save file as VRP. No, let's save. Yeah, let's on the handout. Let's say VRP. One depot, one vehicle, and dot shape. So this is the shape file. So VRP 1D 1V shape, because that we need. Okay. Open. Do you want to save it? Yes. Let's bring that into QGIS. Okay. So let's bring that into QGIS. Layer. Yeah, layer, add vector layer, and you go to get it. The code is VIP is a VRP 1D 1V shape. Okay, that's what we need. So add and close. Okay, so now let's make that into a easy to recognize line. So change that into what is the kind of orange color, and okay, make the line thicker, and okay. So now let's turn off their quick and easy map, and this is more precise map. And this map that you can see is a map on the is a map on the right side of figure 2. So that is a better looking map. We can even put this dot on, put this depot on the top of the point, so make on the line file to make that the depots more prominent. So this is how we we generate result that involve one depot, one vehicle, and we calculate optimal route of delivery, but also we visualize it, and with a quick, easy map, also more precise map. Okay, so now next we're going to move on to more vehicles, one depot, two vehicles. Okay.